yogis. Today we are doing a sequence, and the theme of this sequence will be extension. So the first pose is Adho Mukha Virasana. Some of you know the Sanskrit words, the downward facing child pose or the downward facing hero pose, and just observe so that you know what you will need. So if you don't have blocks, you're going to just move your fingertips. So I'll show both options. So I keep my buttocks to the heels and I extend the sides of the body, front of the body and back of the body. If you do not have blocks, you just place your hands to the floor and crawl your fingertips up to the point where you can and then stretch. Okay, so all of you on the floor, on your yoga mats, and you sit with your big toes touching and your knees wide. And then from the front body, you keep on extending, 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 keeping the chest lifted, and then place the hands on the blocks or on the floor, and you're going to stretch. Ears in line with upper arms. You continue to stretch. I'm going to show the people with knee issues their alternative. So if you cannot sit like that on the floor with your knees, you're going to sit on a chair, knees wide. You stretch the same part of the body, sides, fronts and backs, and you're going to crawl your fingertips up the wall. Now keep on stretching whichever option you choose. Keep on stretching the front body, the back body, the side body. As you anchor your buttocks to your heels, you stretch the chest forward. Take 3 breaths there. Now on the 3rd breath, you just sit up, move your blocks to the side. You come onto all fours and bring your hands under your shoulders, and then move your hands 1 hand's length further forward. Now if you cannot be on your knees, you do your dog pose, your Adho Mukha Svanasana on a chair. You know how to do it. So Adho Mukha Svanasana. You're on the ball mounts of your big toes, you stretch your heels back, and because it's your first one of the day, you bring your feet a little bit closer to your hands and you keep on extending. Stretch the sides, the front, the back of the body. Anchor the hands into the floor and push the shoulders away from the ears. Now come onto all fours and spread your knees as wide as your mat and your feet as wide as your mat. Your hands stay where they are. You're going to do a Adho Mukha Svanasana with your legs wide. Come up. Be on the ball mounts of the feet, and then as you take the heels down, you seal the outer edges of the mat with the outer edges of your feet, and you stretch. And as you do this pose, notice how your abdominal area is feeling. Feel the freedom in your pelvic area because the legs are wide. Take a deep inhalation, full exhalation. Let that pressure on the hands be the same as the pressure on the soles of the feet. And then from here, you come onto your knees. Bring the knees together. Bring the feet together. Exhale. With the inhalation, tuck your toes. And up you go onto the ball mounts of the feet. And take your heels well back. Adho Mukha Svanasana. With the feet together, legs together, feeling that sense of absolute inner extension in the body. Take a full breath in, full breath out here, and then walk your hands closer to your feet. Stay for a moment, then absolutely strengthen your legs. Put the hands on the hips and come up with a straight spine. Take a deep breath in, full breath out. Now we're going to go on a journey. So the journey is a sequence, and I'll quickly show you the sequence and then we'll do it together. You do not have to try to remember what I show here, but it will leave a little imprint which makes it easier for you. So we'll do Utkatasana first, and then a concave spine Uttanasana. From here, we lunge back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. And then we go into Ekapada Raja Kapottasana preparation, so the pigeon pose. And from here you extend to the point where you can. Then you come back to Adho Mukha Svanasana. Take one leg up, bend it out and rotate and open the pelvic area. Keep that pelvic area strong as you go back to Adho Mukha Svanasana. Then you come onto all fours from where we will do stretches. Back into Swastikasana and then into a twist and into a twist, back into Adho Mukha Svanasana, lunging the leg forwards and back into Tadasana. Okay, so we do together. So we will you can do whichever way you can see me. We're going to step back with the right leg first, and the right leg will do all the actions first. Okay. So stand in your Tadasana. Namaskar. And remember, where there's transitions between poses that your knees can't do, find the way that it can. Work carefully. You don't always have to do exactly what I do if you can't do it. Okay. Namaskar, inhalation. Utkatasana, abdomen to the spine, buttocks to the heels, chest lifted. Inhale, and as you exhale, you can have your hands on blocks here. Look forwards, concave spine, Uttanasana. And then bend the knees and you lunge your right leg back. Nice wide lunge. Foot well back. And then from here, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Now you might be doing this whole sequence with your hands on the seat of the chair, if your knee can't do. And then you bring your right knee to the outside of your right wrist and you extend your left foot back. And you stretch. Now you stay there for a moment. I'm just going to show the people with the chair. If you're doing all the poses with the chair, in this instance, you will just bring the foot forwards to the point that your knee can work with care here. Now take a deep breath from here, from your Ekapada Raja Kapotasana. Bring the hands in. Tuck the left toe under and back you come to Adho Mukha Svanasana. Take your right leg up, stretch it high, take your left leg down. Roll that right hip to the floor and then bend the knee out and up and roll under to look underneath your right armpit. Keep the hips solid. Keep the abdomen contained as you put the foot down. Come onto all fours. Extend your toes back. Bring the hands under the shoulders. Inhale, navel to the spine. Exhale, extend the chest forwards. Navel to spine. Chest forwards. Don't let that entire lower back dip when you go forwards with the chest. Last time. Now cross your right foot over your left foot. And your transition back to Swastikasana, sit upright. You can even sit on the chair here if you cannot do this with your knees. And then we twist to the right. On the chair you can do the same, twist to the right. You have to think very innovative. And then twist to the left. Come back to the center. Now just roll forwards into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Take your heels well back. Take that right leg up. Lunge it forwards. Step your left leg forwards. Keep your head down. Inhale. And namaste. Now just get a breath in between here. We're going to repeat the whole process on the left hand side. So, Tadasana. And you will see this is a journey. You start at the same place, you end at the same place, but in between there's a whole world of experience. Namaskar. Inhalation. Utkatasana. Stay here for collarbone to the spine, buttocks down to the heels. Straighten the spine, bring the hands to the floor or blocks or chair seat, wherever they want to be. Then from here, you lunge your left leg back. Stay in your lunge, let the hips drop, let the pelvis open. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Taking the heels well back, abdomen to the spine. Get your breath here. Now from here, you bring that left knee on the outside of its own wrist and extend your right foot back. Suck your outer right ankle bone in, not to have a banana-shaped foot. And then you go to your own extend as you extend forwards. Come back to Adho Mukha Svanasana by tucking your right toe under and abdomen in and feet well, soles well to the floor. And then from here, you take your left leg up, take the right heel down, stretch, roll the left hip to the floor, and then from here, bend the knee and open up. Look under the armpits, stretch with the hands. Keeping the hips firm and control the abdomen. Put the foot down, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Come onto all fours, extend the toes back. Inhalation, exhalation. Do 2 more. Now bring your left foot over your right foot, sit back, sit upright, a gentle twist to the left. A gentle twist to the right. And back to the center, and now you just roll over into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Take your left leg up, lunge forwards, stay in your lunge for a moment. And then come to your Tadasana by first being in Uttanasana, then stretch the hands up. Namaskar Tadasana. Okay, so we're really stretching and extending our legs, and the next pose that you're going to do is you are now going to lie on the floor for a bit. You've been traveling a lot, so we do Anantasana. And I'll demonstrate the pose first. So you're going to be absolutely on your side with the heels in line with the buttocks and the hand absolutely in line with the rest. So everything on the middle. Then you place the base of the hand above the ear, flexing the bottom foot. Place the top leg into a tree pose, and then depending on your flexibility, maybe you can find your big toe and straighten this leg. If you cannot straighten this leg, you either use a strap around the foot, or you hold your leg, or you hold your leggings, whatever you need to keep that leg extended. And then we're going to come back and roll onto the abdomen and do the other side. So, lie on your right side. Be in the middle of your mat. Stack the 2 feet on top of each other. Extend that arm and place the base of your right hand just above your ear. So your fingers are pointing up to the ceiling, not back. And now from here, roll your right shoulder back and down to make this little hole under the armpit less. Flex the 2 feet and get the importance of the little toe of your bottom foot. That is your balance. Abdomen in and up. Tree pose. Take hold of the strap, the big toe, the leg, the legging, whatever you can get a grip on, and extend that leg. Now work on that bottom little toe. Bring the foot closer towards you if you can, so that you can stretch those hamstrings. Extension, extension, lengthening. And then from there, back to tree pose and roll onto your abdomen. Now just take a breath there. Then you can either come up and change the feet and the head, or you can just roll onto the other side. So I want you on your left side. Extend. Place the base of the hand. First of all, get your midpoint and flex the 2 feet. Place the base of the hand above the ear. Now, maintaining the balance, abdomen controlled, and then take hold of the big toe. First of all, place the foot in tree pose. Take hold of your big toe and take your right leg up. Now, last week we worked a lot on bringing the buttock bone forward. So your right buttock bone have to roll forwards and be on the outer edge of your little toe of your left foot. And relax your left shoulder. Bend the arm if you can reach further with the hamstring, depending on the hamstrings, those wonderful things. And then back to your tree pose. And then roll onto your abdomen. Now just stay there for a moment. Get your breath in, get your breath out. Okay, so we're going to stretch our hamstrings that little bit more. And I'm going to demonstrate it sideways so that you can see where I'm going. Have something soft for your knee, a blanket or a foam block. 2 blocks. Now, if you don't have blocks, 2 books, high books. And I'm going to sit in a lunge, and then I start extending the heel of my foot forwards. I press on the blocks, and I lift, and I reset, and eventually I take my back foot back also, and I open up. And then we just transition to the other side. So get something for your knee and bend your right knee on it. Then take your right foot forward, so your left knee is supported, right foot is forwards. You have something for your hands, whatever it will be, improvise. It must be firm support. And it's underneath my shoulders to start with. And you can tuck your left toe under first and just lift and reset that knee. And then move the blocks a little bit further and slide your right foot forward. So I'm leaning a little bit on my blocks to lift my chest. And I'm sliding. It's nice to be on some surface where it doesn't grip. So I'm off my sticky mat. And then lift, release, deepen into the pose, extend that back foot back and just sit there for a moment. Feel the hamstring, breathe into it, don't go too far. Eventually this is a forward bend, but we're not going there today. And if you've done your maximum, you come up. And you switch legs. So now you put your right knee on the foam. Bring your left foot forwards. Just be in your lunge. Be peaceful here. Life will unfold. And now I press on my blocks and I gradually lift and release, extend my right toes back. And I go to the point where I feel this is good. I'm getting a good and a healthy stretch here. And you can repeat this as many times as you like. And then you come back and you can come up to a standing position. So just put everything to the side for now. Now if, for example, well, we'll get to it now, you want to do your headstand, you've got to fit it in after the next pose. So we're just going to do Adho Mukha Svanasana, but let's do it from the front end of the mat together. Stand with your hands in Namaskar, stretch, and step back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. For a moment, let the head just completely release. Feel how wonderful and open and extended the backs of the legs are. Stretch the sides of the body, front of the body, and open behind those knees. And then you are going to come down, and this is the moment where you pause the video if you want to do a headstand or Shirshasana, and you do so. Okay, so we're going to continue now in a seated pose. So you are going to sit on a foam block if you need it, and you're going to have a strap close by. Now if you sit with your legs wide and and you feel that your back is taking strain, it's slumping, then you definitely need to sit on support. Get enough support underneath your buttocks, a folded blanket, a cushion, anything that feels nice and firm. If you know that you can maintain the upright spine without a foam, you can take it away. Okay, so we're going to start all together, sitting on our foam, legs straight, strap close by. And we're going to have a little journey here also, a little vinyasa flowing from the one pose to the other. So the first one is bringing the soles of the feet together and just sitting upright for a moment, chest lifted. Take a deep breath here, Baddha Konasana. Now from Baddha Konasana, we're going to transition into Upavista Konasana. So you're going to take your legs wide, sit upright, stretch, have a little twist towards the right, lift the spine and twist more. Have a little twist towards the left hand side, sit upright and come back to center. Now I'm going to take my right leg, so I do mirror image, we're facing each other. You take your right leg and you put it on the inside of your left leg. And you take the knee wider so that you've got a wide angle here. If the leg was straight, you would still be in Upavista Konasana. Now we're going to transition into a twisted pose here, Parafrita Yanushashasana. So put your strap over your ball mount of your left foot and let it just rest there on the floor for later use. Now sit upright and you're going to do step by step and it's another little journey. Okay, so stretch forwards. In between your two legs, come forwards. Now you drop your left elbow. Either it will be resting on that left knee or it can go to the floor. And I roll my shoulder in such a way that I can take hold of the big toe. Now this is why we've got a strap. If you cannot hold your big toe, you've got your strap here. Okay, if you hold the big toe, it's with 3 fingers. And now place your right hand on your hip and roll to look at the ceiling. Open up, take that right shoulder back. It's a little back bend action here. Now if you can take hold of your little toe here. If you feel that you're folding forwards, you stay with the hand on the hip, otherwise we lose the purpose of the pose. You can also take hold of your strap. So you can string the strap to the top hand and I can still rotate to look towards the ceiling. Take a few deeper breaths here. And on every exhalation, you twist a little bit more. On the inhalation, you lengthen the spine more. You create space. And with this wonderful stretch in the body, you come out of your journey there and you bring your left foot into the sole of the right foot. Sit for a moment. Baddha Konasana. Open up your 2 legs. Now you're going to bring your left foot into your right leg. And then widen the knee out so that the foot, one part of the foot is actually now towards its own leg and the ball mount more towards the right leg. So I can move through for Parafrita Yanushashasana. I've got my strap waiting for me. A forwards extension in between the 2 legs. Rolling my right elbow to the floor. And either anchoring it into the knee or on the floor, hold the big toe or the strap, and rotating the abdomen to the ceiling from the right side to the left. Keep the left hand on the hip, open up, and then judge yourself here. If you're going to collapse forwards, you keep the hand here. If you can, with the help of the strap, get somewhere here and really open up and breathe, you can do so. Otherwise, you hold the little toe side, but don't compromise the pose. So you don't want to lose the extension and the openness. And resist that right elbow into the leg to enhance the twisting action. Then release. Come to an upright position. Stretch your leg out. With the help of the two hands behind the knees, you bring the two soles of the feet together. Hold around the 2 feet and just release those 2 knees. Just let them move up and down for a few moments. Then bring your 2 knees together. Soften those inner groins. And then you're going to lie down in Shavasana, and you can decide whether you want to lie with a bolster behind your knees or whether you want to just lie flat on the floor. You can support your head slightly if you need to with a blanket, and you carefully place yourself in such a position that you feel totally symmetrical on both sides. Get yourself in your Shavasana. As you know, this is the point where I leave you. I'd like you to have a long, proper Shavasana. So in your Shavasana, you make sure that you feel balanced on both sides, evenly balancing on the floor. Have softness in the palms of the hands. Let the fingers relax. Let the legs release from the hips. And then take a few deeper breaths. And every time you exhale, allow the facial features just to soften that little bit more and that little bit more. And I leave you asking you to have a soft smile on your mouth. Have a soft smile to release all the tension in the face. Be with your breath. And from my side, I say Namaste, yogis. Do not rush your Shavasana. Enjoy.